Hello everyone. Thanks for joining in for Rebel Inspirations Pilates Mat workout today. My name is Crystal, and again I look forward to leading you through a mat routine of classical Pilates that will allow you to challenge yourself not only mentally but also physically. That's what's so incredible about the Pilates program. It's really about that connection of your concentration and your movement and the fluidity with that movement. So please join me in working out today. And if you want to, you can always just watch the videos first. Allow yourself to kind of get comfortable, especially if you've never done Pilates before. I'm going to teach it on a very multi-level basis, so it'll allow you to follow along, rest when you need to. You can always take a moment, pause the videos to allow yourself to really break down the exercise, to give yourself a chance to learn where you should be working from and where you should be feeling it. I've had the pleasure of teaching mat Pilates now for almost 10 years. That started out in a very group format with the gym, and then moved into some individual training as I got certified in all of the apparatuses as well. So let's get going. Just grab a mat, grab a towel or some water if you're going to need it, and we'll start by rolling ourselves down onto the mat. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders into the floor. Lengthen the arms down beside the hips. Let the exhale just take your body and settle into that mat. Breathe in through the nose if you can, and out through the nose or the mouth, whichever one is better for you. Just take a moment and let that breath flow in and out. And this last exhale, I want you to really scoop that belly button in, and then we're just going to draw one knee up over the hip. So hold that foot in a flex position with the knee at a 90-degree angle. You're going to take the opposite hand and gently place it against the thigh. From here, I want you to push the knee into the hand and push the hand into the knee, activating, lengthening the spine. Hold that tension for a breath or two, and then you're going to release the tension. Again, engage, scoop the navel in, press the tailbone down, feel that tension in the belly, through the back, through the hips, through the glutes, and gently release. Take a deep inhale. Keep inhaling for as long as you can, really trying to expand that inward breath. And then when you exhale it all out, really think about hollowing out the navel and release the tension. Let's do one more on this side. Inhale and push, knee into hand, hand into knee, tension throughout the entire midsection, and then gently release. Go ahead and take that foot down to the floor. Bring the other foot up to that 90-degree angle. Press the hand gently into the thigh, press the thigh into the leg. Drop those shoulders down and away from the ears, and then softly release. You want to really elongate the spine, so out of the crown of the head in opposition of the tailbone. Activate that tension, gently pushing, gently pulling, holding that scoop of the navel, and then exhale, release the tension. We've got two more on this side. Deep breath in, pull it in, and exhale it all out. One more here. Gently scoop, press, control. I want you to think about the powerhouse throughout your entire workout, and then gently release. Bring that foot down to the floor. Take those fingertips, palms facing each other. Reach those arms up nice and high to the ceiling. Inhale, stretch up even higher. Exhale, anchor those shoulders all the way down. Inhale, reach up, reach up, reach up. And as you exhale, we call this depressing the wings. Those shoulder blades slide down the back. Inhale, lengthen the arms up. And exhale, anchor those shoulders right back down. One more. Good. Now from here, we're going to take an alternating knee lift. You're going to rotate the palms, press it down, and then come back up. Lower the foot, press down, and scoop. Keep a fist distance between the chin and the chest as your head rises. And if you find that any moves lifting the head causes any discomfort or tension through the head, neck, or shoulders, then you might do your entire class without that head lifted. Nothing wrong with that. Just modifying to fit your body. Good, hold it there. Hands are gonna come down and rest. The knees are gonna walk up to those hips. We call it our Pilates stance. You're gonna take your heels together and separate your big toes so that you form a little V in between your feet for me here. Now inhale, just press one leg out from that V. Exhale, bring it back to the V. So just warming up a little bit. Good, reach and lengthen. We use these warm-up moves to just focus the breath, get the blood flowing, and really allow us to think about our own range of motion and the quality of our movement. This sets the base for keeping the ribs knitted together, elongating the spine down the mat, and finding that focal point from the powerhouse into the extremities through your movement. Let's do one more. Good, now we're gonna hold it here and move into the lovely 100. So those fingers lift back up. Again, keep the head grounded if you need to. The knees can stay bent at 90, or you can extend the legs out and down to your working level and hold. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, vigorous pumps up and down. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2. You're trying to keep your feet as neutral as you can here. So we don't want to flex them. We don't want to point them. They're just right into that center. 6 inches up and down with the palms as we're halfway through. Feel free to rest anytime you need to. Work your way up to these 100 repetitions. Deep breath in, feeling that lift of the lungs. Exhale, scoop of the navel. You might prefer an audible breath, or it might be a little bit of a softer breath. Anytime those legs get a little heavy, you might need to pull them in. Just listening to the body. Last 2 sets with that breath. Awesome. Draw those knees in. Lower that head right on down to that mat for me. Take a deep breath in. You might rock those hips just a little bit side to side, kind of loosening up the spine, especially if you feel any tension there in the back. Awesome. Let's bring those feet to the mat, hip width apart. Hands go flat down next to the hips. We're going to inhale, gently curl that tailbone up. Hold, lengthen through the thighs as you squeeze the tush at the top. Start at the shoulders and begin to articulate the spine right back down to the mat. Inhale, squeeze it up. Keep inhaling, hold that pinch at the top, lengthen, 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 and exhale, draw yourself back into that mat, bone by bone. Do it again. Up, up, up. How much tension can you put through those heels? Squeeze the tush together, press those kneecaps forward. The weight should be evenly across the shoulder blades, and that's where it starts our roll down. Give you one more. Up, 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 tension, hold it, find that pinch, activate it a little bit more, and then start to lengthen the spine all the way down to the mat. We're going to keep the right knee bent. We're going to straighten that left leg down the length of the mat. Try to relax those shoulders a bit here. Inhale, lift the leg up. Exhale, hover right over the floor. Straight up and down. Now we don't want to think about throwing our body weight around. Pilates is all about control. So we're not using momentum in our movement. Core strength, control. Give me 2 more, nice and long. Last one, up and hold. Now you might choose to keep this knee bent as we start our single leg circles, or if you wish to advance it, you might take that leg down the length of the mat. Our goal here is to keep the hips squared to the ceiling and to keep them grounded. So if you feel your pelvis shifting, then either your circle's too big or you might need to have this knee bent. Inhale through the breath, exhale to finish the circle. Good, nice controlled circle. Hold it at the top, reverse the direction. That heel slightly pointed inward, toes gently pointing out on an angle, thinking about going across from one hip up and over towards the opposite hip and shoulder, lifting that elongated leg. Now, if your hamstrings are tight like mine, then you might have a little bit of a knee bend here. If you're really flexible, got long, beautiful legs like a dancer, really try to straighten and push that heel up. Hold it, pull the knee into the chest. Good, now this knee goes to a bent position. This foot hovers lightly off the floor, lifts up, and lengthens down. Inhale as you rise, exhale as you push. And if you find yourself getting caught up in that breath, just allow yourself to breathe naturally. The more you do it, the more you'll start to connect that breath with the movement. And it's all different between yoga, Pilates, weightlifting, lots of different breaths going on. So the focus is to not hold your breath. Super important to support your movement by filling up those lungs and scooping out that belly on the exhale. Give me 2 more of these straight leg lifts. Lifting with control, press it up and hold. Turn that heel slightly inward, begin that circle. Again, you might keep this left knee bent, or you might begin to straighten that leg down the length of the mat. Whatever supports your movement the best. Actively push the foot down through the heel or through the flat foot to help you anchor the pelvis as this leg circles with control. Shoulders are relaxed. The neck is nice and long. Up and hold. Let's reverse. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose or the mouth. Press that leg up, 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 and away. Inhale and exhale. Last one. And then we're going to hold it at the top. Pull that knee into the chest. Give it a nice little hug. A little bit of tension there. We're going to take this leg and elongate it out to meet the other heel to move into our Pilates roll up. The arms start directly over the shoulders. The heels anchor down into the mat. We're going to inhale and slowly begin to curl the head up, curl the shoulders up. Press your heels into the ground. Squeeze your butt and exhale, round over and stretch towards those toes. Then you're going to softly begin to melt back. Continue reaching those arms forward. Drop those shoulders a little bit. You can see mine started to hike up there. And then you can reach behind you as long as you keep those ribs connected and grounded. Inhale, let the arms begin to lift. Once you see the arms start to round the head up, press together through the belly, squeeze through the seat, and exhale, round forward out towards those toes. Keep reaching forward as you begin to squeeze everything through the thighs, through the hips, and roll yourself right back down into that mat. Now, I've been dealing with a little bit of a lower back issue. So for me, this was really challenging right now. You want to focus on going super slow, keeping that distance between the chin and the chest. Pilates stance if you can. That'll really help us learn to activate those hips and thighs a little bit more to connect that movement. We're going to do 3 more roll-ups. Take your time. Try to breathe in for as long as you can as you're curling up. And then as you breathe out, lift your belly button away from your thighs as you stretch forward out of the shoulder blades. And then as you begin to inhale, you think about slowly articulating the spine into the mat, bone by bone, finding that length all the way out. And then we come up. Slow, steady, rounding forward over that imaginary beach ball as you stretch, anchoring back down, plugging those shoulder blades away from the ears. Now we're going to do 1 more just to bring us to our upright position. So take that inhale, begin to lift the head, round through the shoulders, peel up the spine, exhale and round forward, forward, forward. Inhale, stack and lift it up. Just give me a little twist. Pinch the seat, sit tall, rotate. Up, 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 and gently lengthen. To the top and hold, and round it forward with a stretch. Lift up through the crown of the head. Take your hands, lift your hips slightly forward. Find yourself sitting up nice and tall on those sits bones. Pull the knees into the chest. Now, if this is new to you, start in a looser, bigger ball with your heels a little further away from your tush. Keep your elbows bent the whole time. We're going to inhale, roll the spine, and exhale, round back up and hold. Inhale, round, exhale, roll. Now, the closer the heels get to the backside, the tighter this ball is going to be, which makes that core work a little bit harder as opposed to just really focusing on massaging the spine. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose or the mouth. Good. Now, if it's hard to get up and down and find that little perch at the top and stay rounded, then you might prefer that looser ball. We're going to do one more here. Up, 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 and hold. Those feet are going to ground about hip width apart. I'm just going to readjust, move back a hair, and then sit up nice and tall. Your hands can always stay on your thighs for a little bit of support, or you might reach those arms forward for me. Drop your shoulders. Inhale, flat back as you hinge back, and exhale, lift up through that flat back. Inhale, slightly lengthen and lift. Now, everyone's range of motion is going to be different here, so just think about the quality of your movement. Always better than quantity. And you have to know where to stop that range of motion. Now we're going to take it back and hold, and then we're going to take a little twist and lift up the outside leg. So it's a little Russian twist, just a little bit of a variation in our Pilates work here. In that half roll back, shoulders stay depressed, neck stays long. Good, we've got 4, and reach, 3, and reach, 2, and reach, 1, up and hold, lift up, take the bottoms of those feet together, take a nice stretch. You might choose to stay up tall, or you might choose to lengthen forward on the angle, keeping that spine long. Good, one more deep breath there. And exhale it, slowly bring it up. We're going to bring these legs out from underneath us and come up into our all fours position. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, shoulders anchored. The head is level with those shoulders forming here. I want you to take a nice deep breath in and extend the right leg and the left arm forward. Lightly tap the mat and lift back up. Now, as you come towards the ground, you may or may not touch. And as you lift up, I want you to come level with the ear and the hip. So we're not trying to go too high here. You're keeping the hips and shoulders squared in your spinal balance, strengthening throughout the entire back, right at the base of the skull, all the way down. 2 more, up, 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 and down. Good, bring it in and switch. Stretch it out. Inhale, lightly tap. Exhale, lift. Inhale down, exhale up. Find your lift, control it, stop it at the height of the body. Protect that lower back. Give me a little bit more reach from fingertips to toes when you get to the tip top. 2 more. Last one. Good. Bring it down. Now, you might choose to keep these knees down and just hold this all fours position for a moment. If there's any discomfort in the wrist, you can automatically go ahead and lower this down to the forearms. Obviously, it changes that center of gravity a little bit, so just allow yourself to work accordingly. So you choose hands or forearms, knees under hips. You might choose to walk those knees out onto that diagonal. Feet can stay up or feet can go down, really a personal preference there. Or come out onto those toes, preferably in that Pilates stance if you can. So let's hold this plank, head to shoulders, shoulders to hips, hips to heels, all stretching apart. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth. Hold it. Just think about growing longer, growing stronger, engaging tighter. Now this might be enough for you, so you might just hold it here at the plank. You might rest down in child's pose or down dog at any point. Or I'm going to do a little bit of movement with a rotational plank back to that front plank. So we're going to stay all on the same side for 4. So we're going to rotate the hips towards the right, lift the left arm up, hold that long stretch to the ceiling. Then we're going to bring it right back down, hold that center plank. And now we take that left arm back up again with control. Top fingers should be over that bottom palm as much as possible. And then rotate back down. Try not to rotate too far. So as you begin to turn the hips, stack the hips as much as possible. Keep this top arm as much as possible over that bottom arm. I think we got one more on this side. Back down and hold. Then we get to repeat the fun on the other side. Adjust those feet if you need to. Gently turn and rotate. Back to the center, long neck, anchored shoulders, scooped belly, and gently rotate. Back down, arms are starting to get a little shaky, and twist with control. Everything is slow, steady, controlled, maximizing the work. Back to the center. Now lower those knees here if you need to. We're going to bend those elbows and slowly lower the torso to the mat. Flatten the feet and stretch the cobra up. Lifting the collarbones, relaxing the shoulders, scooping the breath. Good. Gently bend the elbows, lower it right back down for me. That's it. Turn the head slightly to one side. Take the palms, anchor to the floor. Just take a little breather in through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth. Turn the head the other way. And then we're going to extend the bottom arm, turn ourselves completely onto our sides. You're going to roll towards the back edge of your mat, but not off of it. Your top arm is a little bit of a support base right in front. We want this bottom arm to either be long on the mat, or if you choose to come up into the palm, we want to make sure that the head stays lifted and elongated as opposed to getting really relaxed in this position. So there's a big difference. So choose which one is best for you. The front arm is lightly supporting. Your legs are going to come forward on the angle from the hips. So hips, shoulders, and head are all in one line. Legs are forward on a 45-degree angle or a little less. Stack your heels and try to find that Pilates stance. And think about this top hip. It is anchored directly over your bottom hip. So as we inhale and lift this top leg up, we exhale and press that heel down, and we only lift as high as we can without rolling that hip back. Inhale up and exhale down. Let's breathe out the tension in the neck and shoulders. Relax everything if you can. Stay scooped through the belly and engage there. But we want to get rid of that pesky tension in the neck. Give me two more. Inhale on the way up, exhale on the way down. Now we're going to work with this same leg for what we call our passe kick. So we're going to lift the leg up to the ceiling, bend the knee, keep the knee pointing upward, extend the leg down the length of the mat. Inhale up, inhale, bend, exhale. Try to reach top heel slightly past the bottom heel. Reach it, inhale and exhale. One more in this direction. Press that bottom leg deeply into the mat to give yourself that tension. Hold, reverse, draw the leg up. Keep that knee pointing to the ceiling. Now press heel to heel. Inhale up, inhale, elongate, exhale, drive. Inhale and exhale. We got one more just like it. And then we're going to take this top leg right to about hip height and hold, and then small circles. Minimize the movement. Take your time. Sweep it around. Stop. Reverse. Up. Squeeze. Press. Down. Reach it through. Hold it there. Slide that top leg back. We're going to let this bottom leg lift and lower. So your top leg's now in line with that hip. That bottom foot is reaching as if something was on the inside of the arch and you're lifting it to the ceiling. Up and down, up and down. We've got 4, 3, 2, give me one more. Hold the legs up, slide them together, scoop your navel in, rotate onto the belly, stack your hands underneath your forehead, and squeeze your heels together. Pinch the seat. Relax the shoulders. Keep tapping. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those feet down. Now, you might just roll to the other side. I'm going to lift up and turn around so that we can see everything a little bit better. Stack the shoulders, stack the hips, line up on the back edge of that mat. You might do this with an elongated arm, or you might choose to do this with that bent elbow. Hold the stack, slide the feet forward, inhale the leg up, exhale the heel down. Again, trying to find that stacked position in the hips, and just allow yourself to wipe the slate clean. Feel this leg, find its range of motion, and work with it. Inhale up, exhale down. Press that heel further away from the body. Squeeze it up. Good. Now here comes that passe. So we lengthen the toe to the ceiling. We bend the knee, point the toe upward, drive the heel down the length of the bottom leg. Inhale up, exhale out. Deep breath in. Keep inhaling. Now we exhale and scoop, scoop, scoop. Try to keep those shoulders stacked as well. Hold it at the bottom, reverse our direction. Toe up to the knee, extend the leg to the ceiling, heel to heel at the bottom. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Squeeze it up, press it out. Let's do one more. Find that length at the bottom. Then we're going to pick that leg slightly up at the line of the hip and little circles. Control your movement. Start small. Progressively make this a little bit larger if you have that stability. Let's reverse that direction, please. Try to take that mental note if one side feels easier than the other. Allow yourself to concentrate. Push that bottom foot into the floor. Good. Hold it there. Bring that top leg up to hip height and slightly back in line with the hip. And then that bottom leg flexes and lifts up. Up and up. Good. Try to stay still through the rest of the body. Strong through the hips and the thighs. Squeezing it in tightly as you lift that leg up. Good. Take your time. Bring those legs together. Squeeze the belly in. Rotate it down. Come and find yourself on your stomach. Stretch your arms and your legs out. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Gently lift your head up. Look right at those toes. We're going to lift up the right arm and the left leg. And then we're going to lower and change. This might be the right place for you to hang out. This is our swimming prep. Stay still through the torso. Stay scooped through the navel. If you've got all those done and it feels good on the shoulders and the hips, lift the arms and the legs. Kick and paddle up and down. Inhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale. Eyes should be looking forward at those fingertips, but we don't want to be moving the head. In through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth. Really take that up and down motion. It's easy to want to circle the body here and lower down with control. Take your hands, slide them underneath your chest, lift up the hips, sit back and stretch into that child's pose. You can have those knees together, knees apart, and forward, hands back. Whatever feels good for you here. Inhale and exhale. One last deep breath in that stretch. We're going to roll it all the way up. We're going to flip it around and come into a one-legged teaser. You either love it or you hate it. So the hardest part about this one-legged teaser is really going to be into this connection of the legs. So I want you to push your knees together, squeeze your thighs together, lift your chest up, roll your shoulders back. Now you might stay right there, or as we extend, we push one leg out. Now try not to separate your thighs. So if this is hard in keeping your thighs together, you're going to hold it up for a few breaths, rest it back down. Try not to change the torso position. Lift that leg up. Now, if you can hold that leg there, then you might reach those arms forward and you might round it back and round it back up. Now, you might be able to round all the way down to the floor and keep that inner thigh connection. Up, up, up. Inhale through the nose. Slowly exhale as the head and shoulders come down. Inhale, arms first, head second. Fist distance between the chin and the chest, all the while keeping that super glue through those inner thighs. This is our teaser prep, but I find the one-legged teaser to be very challenging. Shoulders down. One more on this leg. Inhale, inhale. And exhale. Head, shoulders, lift. Hold it there. Scissor those legs in the air to change. And then keep that super glue. So again, you may hold it, rest it down, lift it back up. You might only go halfway down and back up. Or you might do it with the arms long, halfway down, or all the way down. Take your time, slow, controlled release, big long stretch, scoop and lengthen up. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Ooh, this side's getting a little tougher. Had a little sliding going on. Last one. Inhale, inhale. Exhale, exhale. Bend that knee, bring it all the way down. Roll the spine to the mat, bone by bone. Take that full body elongated stretch, fingertips to toes. Good. Take your time, bring your hands down next to those hips. Just rest, relax. Bend that left knee, press it flat on the floor, lifting that right leg up, cross that leg over. Just enjoy a little hip stretch here. I hope you enjoyed that portion of the workout. Now we're just going to stretch those hips back a little bit, slide that leg all the way over, and then gently lower towards that right side. Exhale, release. So a few twists in the classical work, definitely not the traditional format either, but trying to keep it short and sweet. Gently release, pick the other leg up, cross it over, hold that figure four stretch for a moment, lengthen the spine down, press the knee outward without rolling up that hip. Get a nice stretch there, then we slide that leg all the way over and gently reach it through. And this is where I can really feel that back issue I was talking about. Just a little bit of tendonitis, arthritis in that hip. We all have our issues, but the most important thing is to really keep moving. The more you move, the better the body's going to feel. You might find that it's best for you to really try to get it done in the morning. Most people find their bodies more responsive at morning time, but hey, we're all different. So try to fit it in when you can. Bring it back to the center and gently release. You might choose to lay here for a few minutes of quiet meditation, just allowing yourself to center the mind, center the body, be grateful for the moment here and now. Have a wonderful day.